Number 10, the mass y in grams of juvenile cobia fish X days after hatching, okay, so that's our x-axis, can be modeled by the equation y equals minus 324 plus 5.6x. So we've got a negative y-intercept and a positive slope, which means upward to the right. Now, this is only true from the range 60 to 100, which is what is given in the pictures. Looks like all the diagrams. So the 0, 0 origin note is significantly lower. It's not going to be just, extend the line, say that's about 0 intercept. Therefore, it's wrong. That's the wrong way to think about it or look at it. Over 40 in the x direction, we go up 200. So we have to go about 60 more to the left, which means I'm going up 1.5 times 40 or 1.5 times 200, which is about 300. So actually, the y-intercept here is going to be about minus 300, something in the correct ballpark for the given equation. The only thing I want to check next is the slope 5.6. Well, again, if I go over 40, I'm going up just over 200. Well, 40 times 5.6, or call it between 5 and 6, is 200 to 240. Well, that's exactly how much we seem to be going up in our y direction. It's plus 200, maybe a little more. So this looks to be correct in slope and y-intercept. A is the correct answer. Always, always check your origins on the graphs to see if it's really 0, 0. Also, check your grid dimensions. This square is not 1 by 1 or evenly sort of distributed length to width. It's 10 by 50, even though it looks longer on the 10 side graphically. So always be careful of these things on these type of questions. B, the actual intercept would be here starting at sort of 700, 600. The y-intercept would be about 300 less, which would be about plus 300. The y-intercept is not plus 300 for the equation given above. So B is wrong. C and D, well, these are downward sloping, so they're not positive slopes as indicated in the equation above. They are not correct. The correct answer for 10 is A. Number 11, again, we have a linear function. Looks like we have a line of best fit surrounded by the actual data points. So we've got the scatter plot, line of best fit shown. What do they want to know? How many of the data points does the line of best fit predict a greater y value than the actual y value? So be careful of the language of this. It can go either way. In this case, the predicted y value is greater than the actual value, which means I want the dots below. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. All the line predicted is greater than all of those. So the answer is, how many are there? There are 4 where the dots are below or the line of best fit is greater than the actual data points. That's a pretty typical question on the exam. Number 12, line K is defined by y equals 2x plus 14. So again, a linear function. Line F is perpendicular to K. So a perpendicular slope is always equal to the negative reciprocal of the slope. So if my slope is 2, which it is for this function, m equals 2, that means my perpendicular slope must be the negative reciprocal, or negative 1/2. What is the slope of F, or J, which is the perpendicular line? It's going to be negative 1/2. The correct answer is A for number 12.